a long time to square off. Here we go. One punch could change everything in this battle. Good counter punch. This fight has a real good flow to it. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And the Takeover's in some big trouble now. Down goes Takeover Mode. And there's no doubt about it as we see it again. That body shot did them in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your ball.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornerman now, it's down for them doing their job. But get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Talk about TFP running back into the fight. What do we expect to see here in round 2? He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Miss with that jab. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. And he scores with the counter. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson. On to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Don't want to trade shots. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. They exchange punches. He blocks the hook. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nice counter shot. So close with that uppercut. Back and forth they go. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Every second,
Here we go to the fourth round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Both men step back for just a moment. Well done with that counter shot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter. So he is going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. Catch and shoot. Talk about Robinson. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Straight right just misses. Good counter punching. counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson.
What are you doing?
On to the 6th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
A perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well, I guess he's decided he's going to taunt his opponent now. How about that time counter shot? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow.
Get your mind back. Get your focus.
Round 7, here we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He threw a punch and just got countered. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favor and pickpocket him.
Every time they throw a shot, they get counters. Nice counter shot. I guess showboating is part of their plan. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. Oh, and this is really going to rub him the wrong way. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Robinson in that. And they're back at it again here in round 8. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Coming back to life now. Starting to land some punches. Nice counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
And they figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That punch scores. Those counter punches have to hurt. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. A pretty lopsided display.